What's up, y'all? We back for another episode of the Bush League Podcast. Um, I'm your host, Drew. I'm here with Nye. Jay Will is not here in the building with us today. He'll be back next time we're recording. We got some stuff we got to do. Nah, what's happening, man?
Not much, dog. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be here on the show today. So, I know, once again, I want to thank you and Drew and everybody else for giving me the opportunity to come on this platform and talk sports. I'm blessed more than anything else, man. So, let's get it rocking. You did.
All right. Well, what we gonna start off with? We're gonna talk about some baseball today, man. We've been neglecting fucking baseball for a long time, man. You been watching any games? Don't tell me no. If you tell me no, I'm gonna box you in your face.
Yeah, man. I've been watching the Yankees, man. I've been watching the Yankees, man. What they lost, 5-2 yesterday to Boston?
Man. These niggas, man. It's like they can't, they disappoint me, man. They can't hit. They not cold. We can't fucking, what's up, man?
Dude, they can't even beat Tampa, man. They can't beat Tampa and they can't beat Boston.
Tampa's a good squad, man. Tampa, I'm glad you brought that up, man. Tampa is a good squad, and Tampa does shit on the low. You know what I mean? They do things where people say, "Oh, they're a boring team, and the fans don't come out to visit them." And I don't give a fuck. They got a shrewd GM, a good manager for the most part. He made one critical dumb move last year during the World Series, but they got a good manager, and Tampa knows they take what other teams discard, and they make the best out of them, man. And I don't know what formula it is they have. I was watching MLB Network. I mean, my TV comes on the MLB Network, and I was watching it. And Cliff Floyd played with the Marlins. He played with the Mets. Cliff Floyd is a cool brother, man. He's on MLB Network, and he was like, man, he said, I played with He said I played with the Rays in '08. This when the Rays first made the playoff, and he was like, man, he said, I don't know what it is about it, man. He says I can't put my finger on it, but when you get there, they make everybody a believer. Everybody falls in line. He said it's not no. He was there on the Joe Madden. Joe Madden is like the Phil Jackson when it comes to baseball. He let you be you. Joe Madden back in '08 had a fucking mohawk. You know what I mean? It's an old white dude had a mohawk. Joe Madden was cool as shit. He was like, he let people be themselves, express themselves. Players play hard. They the numbers may not jump out to you on paper, but they win. They win. They put they move the runner along. They pitch in situations. They hit situational hitting. They play good defense. That's a hallmark of the Rays. Yeah. They're not gonna fucking make no mistakes and lose it because of their defense. But they just, I don't know what it is about them, man. And it seems like from that point on, when Madden was there, they've just progressed and got better at doing this shit. You know what I mean? It moved on. Kevin Cash is the manager now, and Randy and Rosarina. Remember this guy that was hitting all the home runs during the playoffs last year? Yeah. He hit broke the. He was who just let him go? The Cardinals.
Oh wow.
Cardinals just let him. We don't fucking need this guy.
Yeah.
They're one of their top pitchers. Tyler Glasnow was a Pittsburgh Pirate. You got one of their top hitters this year, who's probably, if he was playing for the Yankees, Meadows, he'd be the best hitter on the Yankees right now. That man got 40-something RBIs, 14 home runs. Nobody in the Yankees got them numbers. Where he come from? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, you got some teams that just know how to do it, man. Know how to get the most out of the guys, man. You may not have that. You may not be hitting 330 like Tony Gwynn or whatnot, but you just know how to get the most out of players, man. And they drive in runs when they count. You know what I mean? They don't have these empty numbers. You got some guys with these lofty numbers. They empty numbers. My man is hitting. Beddoes is hitting like 240 something, but he's driving it. He got 44 RBIs. So he's obviously hitting when it counts. When runners in scoring position. When runners on. You know what I mean? He might be making an outs with nobody on. But when runners are in, runners are there on the pond, he's bringing them in, man.
Do you think the problem, especially with the Yankees, is they're just going for the big names like Stanton, well, Judge is homegrown, and these other cats? And do you think they're more so like the old Yankees when you had Jason Giambi, Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez? You think that's the system that they're trying to keep up? They're trying to stay with? That's the reason why they really hasn't been so successful like we thought they would be, because they're almost favorites every year. They're almost
they're favorites because of the Yankees.
Because they're Yankees. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But do you think like their system is probably getting played out?
You know what it is? It's not their system. It's the new system. It's the new way of baseball. It's just getting played out. This whole launch angle and let's play for this this high OPS and bullshit. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about your on base percentage. You can get on base all the fuck you want all day. If nobody's driving you in, you're not scoring. I don't give a shit about that. You know, these new stats are garbage. Give me the old stats that show me what you're really doing. Show me what a guy's batting average is. How many RBIs does he have? How many hits does he have? How many doubles does he have? How many runs is he scoring? That's what's more important. Motherfuckers talking about WAR, wins above replacement. What the fuck are you talking about? Wins above replacement. Wins. How do you know this guy is gonna give you a 2 more wins than the next man?
You don't know.
What kind of dumb shit is that? How do you quantify these fucking bullshit stats? They punching these numbers into some fucking computers, and they trying to reinvent the fucking wheel. That's what the problem is. The game has been played a certain way for over 100 years, and it's been fine. And then all of a sudden you got these goddamn IBM computer nerds that come along, and they taking hold just because Billy Bean and the A's did some good shit back a few years ago, you know, and won a couple games because of some analytics. Now every analytics is trying to take hold of shit. Nah, man, get the fuck out of here. Give me a lineup full of guys that hit 285, and I'm gonna tell you we're gonna win 75% of our fucking games. Because if you're hitting that high for an average, you're gonna score runs. You know what I mean?
Bless
shit. Yeah, it's gotten ridiculous.
Bless.
God damn. Sorry. We fucking live. I can't stop that sneezing and shit. But you got some teams like you said, the Rays, that just know how to do it, and other teams that are historic teams and teams with histories, deep histories, like the Pittsburgh Pirates. What the fuck are the Pittsburgh Pirates' problem? Because you look around the league, and scattered around the league are stars that were brought up through the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. You look at Marte that plays center field for the Marlins. Who did he sign with coming out of DR? The Pittsburgh Pirates.
They're 22 and 34.
Aaron Meadows, that is the best hitter on the Rays that I told you is driving in all the runs, was leading in home runs. Who did he get drafted by?
He said by the Pittsburgh
Pirates. Tyler Glasnow, the Rays #1 starter. You know, the guy that was wheeling and dealing in the World Series last year. Who did he get drafted by?
Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh Pirates. The New York Yankees, $300 million right-hander, who's their #1 starter.
Cole.
Garrett Cole. Who did he get drafted by?
Pirates.
The second time, that he actually signed with. The Pittsburgh fucking Pirates. Why can't the Pirates seem to do what the Rays seem to do? Hold on to these players at least long enough to get something out of them. Or be able to get out of them what the Rays get out of them. How is it that once they get out of the Rays organizations, everybody else could seem, out of the Pittsburgh organization, they could seem to tap into that potential, that first round draft pick potential, because the Pittsburgh Pirates always got high fucking picks because they've been sorry since Barry Bonds left them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
back in like 92.
Look at Barry
you know what
Bonds.
I mean? So they're getting the top flight talent, and it shows because their top flight talent is scattered all across the fucking major leagues. Yeah. Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, he's in.
You know what I mean? How many more? He was a 2-time MVP.
Went to the Yankees. I know one team.
He's with the Phillies right now. He's on the other side of the state. He's on the other side of the fucking state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And still balling. If they had an outfield, if the Pittsburgh Pirates had Garrett Cole, Austin, Tyler Glasnow, Andrew McCutchen, Starlin Marte, Aaron Meadows in their outfield, along with their star rookie that they have right now, who I hope will be a Yankee in the future because the Pittsburgh Pirates are gonna hold on to him. Keibron Hayes, and what's the guy? Frazier, Aaron, forgot his name. Not Todd Frazier. That's the old fucking. But they're shortstop. Frazier. They've got young talent. Yeah. They've got young talent right there with these guys. The Pittsburgh Pirates would be a fucking monster right now, but they just can't seem to get right, man. I don't know, something in their organization that is not being able to tap into this great first round talent, and then they don't hold on to them, and then they go elsewhere and blossom.
Do you think it's this? How could this the correct? What do you think is the staff? Like as far as the development,
it's the staff. It's the staff's issues, man. It's the staff's. Of course it's the fucking staff. Because how did these guys, like I said, go to Tampa and they tapped into these motherfuckers, and all of a sudden these guys learn, okay, I'm gonna use my four-seamer more because they got pitching instructors in Tampa that's like, yo, man, don't throw that shit, throw this. You know what I'm saying? This is what you need to do, just like in New York. You know what I mean? Garrett Cole left, and I mean he went to he left Pittsburgh. He got traded and went to Houston, and Houston was like, man, yo, you better off throwing this than that. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, this man is worth $300 million. You know what I mean?
That's true.
He's the top pitcher on the market.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else can see it. What's going on in Pittsburgh, man?
Do you think the owner is kicking himself in the head like that?
I don't think the owner gives a fuck, man. Sometimes some of these, like I was just saying, some of these owners are just like, you know, we got a built-in excuse. We're a small market team.
How the fuck are you small market?
Hey, man, they got that built-in. They got that they cushioned, man, insulated. We're a small market team, so we could get by. Our fans understand we're a small market team.
The fuck? This is like the stupidest fucking shit I've
ever heard. Man. So they just make enough.
You know what? You're a small market because the Pittsburgh Steelers is more fucking significant than you. That's what the fuck it is.
Back in the 70s, the Pittsburgh Pirates were no goddamn small market team. Back in the 80s and the 90s, when Jim Leadham was there, Bobby Bonilla was there. You had Barry Bonds, Andy Van Slyke, Jay Bell. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Don Slot. They had a squad, man. Jose Lean. Them boys was nasty, man. Yeah. Now all of a sudden they're a small market team. How the hell are you a small market team? When the league expands, now all of a sudden those other teams are big market teams. Miami's a big market team, and they took all of your markets. So no, we're a small market team. We can't afford to do this and do that. You're being cheap, man. They got these fucking owners that are just like, you know what, fuck it, man. We'll just do just enough. We'll pocket and just keep our head above water, man. Just keep treading water to keep this money. You know, you had a lot of teams that was doing that shit. Milwaukee was doing that shit for a while until Milwaukee was like, you know what, man? We teetering on the edge, man. With the small market shit. They made a move. Once they realized and they got CC that one off season, it was like, yo, we could be a fucking we could play with the big boys, man. Yeah. That's a small market. If you want to talk about small markets, Milwaukee, Green Bay, the fuck out, Wisconsin. Yeah. Who the fuck you know live in Wisconsin? You ever met a motherfucker from Wisconsin?
No.
I've never met a person from Wisconsin. That's a small market, man. But Milwaukee every year has been relevant. Since the year CC pitched for them, they've been relevant. Milwaukee makes moves. So it could be done, you know? And you can put the money back into your team, and then your team will win, and you make more money. Yeah. And then the more money you make, you can sign better players. Yeah. Better players want to come to a team that's producing, that's got W's, that's making it to the playoffs. See, I don't understand why the concept is so hard for some of these owners to realize, man. You know, Minnesota, they finally realized it. They was like, shit, we can't just rely on our draft picks, man. We gotta maybe pay pay somebody a few dollars to stay here, man.
Yeah, I remember the Twins used to be nice, man. With with the center fielder, man.
Kirby Puckett?
No, the other cat, man.
Torrey Hunter?
Torrey Hunter.
Man. Yeah. But before that, in the early '90s, the Twins was no joke, man.
Yeah.
The Twins was no joke, man. Twins was.
Cleveland was no joke.
Yeah. Oh, Cleveland. Yo, they had a murderer's row in fucking Cleveland, man. You had to face Kenny Lofton, and then Carlos Baerga, and Albert Bell.
And what's the other dude? Is it Rodriguez? No.
Who you talking about?
For Cleveland back in the day.
Manny Ramirez.
Yeah, Manny.
Manny played with Cleveland, man.
Manny.
Shit. Manny was hitting 7th in Cleveland's lineup when he came up. For his first 2 years, he was hitting 7th. That's how deep Cleveland's fucking lineup was. Damn. Cleveland had Jim Tomei.
Yeah, first baseman, man.
Albert Bell, Travis Fryman. They had fucking hitters.
Yeah.
They had hitters, man.
Kenny Lofton was with the shortstop, right?
No, it was a center fielder, man. They had Vizquel.
Yeah.
They had
Omar Vizquel.
They had studs, man. Cleveland was no joke, but Cleveland just couldn't get over that fucking hump, man. They were facing the Braves in the World Series, and the Braves, the Braves. That's the team that kind of disappointed, man.
Yeah. They
almost pulled the damn Buffalo Bills, and lucky they got one.
Oh wow!
But because the Braves was there every year throughout the '90s, man. Every year they was right on the cusp, man, and couldn't knock the door down. But there's a lot of teams, man, that just these owners, man, they just do enough, man, just enough to keep their head above water. But let them keep fucking around, like out there in Anaheim. Let them keep fucking around and not make. I don't even care. I keep praying Anaheim don't make it to the playoffs.
Wow, man. Why you so worried about Anaheim, man? Is there somebody specific that you're interested in out there?
Yes, sir.
Who is he, man?
Mr. Michael Trout. Let that man come back home to the East Coast, man. Let him come back home where he should have. They've Yankees fucked up. They played themselves though. They skipped over that man and they played themselves.
Who did they pick up?
Nigga, it's irrelevant at this point.
Okay.
It's nobody. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Anybody they picked up doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because it wasn't Mike Trout.
Oh.
You know that's where they slept on Mike, man. But yeah. We got some other things that's going on in baseball right now, man. Real quick, today, as a matter of fact, what's going on is San Francisco. This is the first time that they'll be it's Pride Month, and San Francisco they'll be having wearing a hat with the LGBTQ
rainbow
logo on it today for the first time on field. You know,
Rainbow Coalition.
During Father's Day, Mother's Day, and Father's Day, Mother's Day they have the pink wristbands and pink hats and socks, and Father's Day is the blue. Veterans Day, Memorial Day, the camouflage. This is the first time that they'll be having the LGBT represented, and San Francisco. I guess if any team, if for the first to do it, San Francisco would be the ideal place to do it first.
And Atlanta should be second.
Atlanta should just have a nigga named Antoine on the back of their hat. It's Twan and shit.
Rainbow Coalition, man.
But I
what's your take on that, man?
Me personally, I at this point I really don't. I don't give a shit anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, homosexuals, they have their rights and they deserve their rights. But if you're gonna dedicate stuff and homosexuals, I mean, I guess it's a day or whatever, but it's Pride Month. They have Black History Month, so I can't say they don't.
Yeah, but Black History is 28 days.
Yeah. That's a whole nother fucking time for another time. They picked the shortest month, but it seems to me that being a homosexual in this country, you have more rights and more privileges. I don't want to get too far off the sports topic, But like I said earlier, you know, we talk about sports and social
Issues.
issues also. Um, Being a homosexual, it seems as though you have more rights than a black person in this country. You know, blacks are still fuck everybody. Everybody else is coming up. You got Asians, you got this, you got that, you got transsexuals, you got this, you got non-binary. You know,
What the fuck that shit is?
those are the D's and the days and the hers and the hims and the shims and all of that shit. But I don't know, man. I don't. I give up with that shit. You know. I mean, I I'm not saying I'm not I'm not gay. I don't got nothing against.
Yeah,
I don't.
you don't but I'm on
I don't got nothing against gay people. I know gay people is. It's not like it's a trend. It's not a trend.
No.
This shit has been. It's something that's
Been going on.
it's from the beginning of time. You know what I mean? Since it's and shit, you see gay proof in animals. Even animals have fucking gay sex, which is nigga. You need to watch some National Geographic. Open your mind. They even animals do the shit. So I mean, it's nothing new. It's whatever. You know, it's people say it's your preference. It's I don't believe it's all that. You know, I mean, I've seen babies, children, grow from little, and it's you could see it. You could already know it, and they don't know it, but you could see. You know what I mean? They just, it's what you're born with. You know what I mean? You know, but I guess representing in San Francisco, you know what I mean? If any place, like I said, that's the place, man. You know what I mean? That's the place to represent. I don't know about people they're gonna get backlash. They're gonna get hate. From why'd you change? I saw hate on Instagram and Facebook because MLB, the NFL, and the NBA. I don't know about the NBA. I think the NBA might have changed their logo. Have they changed their logo? The color?
Just the NFL.
Well, at the NFL, I know they changed the logo, with the rainbow colors. And people saying, "Oh, why are you doing this? Why, whatever, man." It's you gotta fucking 25, 26 more days, man. Relax, man. It ain't gonna fucking kill you. It's the fucking color of the logo, and you just keep it moving, man. You know what I mean?
I think touching on what you said, it's just crazy to me. I mean, I'm not gay at all or nothing like that.
You
but,
sure, nigga?
Man, shut the fuck up, bitch.
See, why you sound so?
But I'm not fuck. It's just crazy, man, because the way how you said that you're seeing a lot of hate stuff, but you're not hearing about it too much. It's not made mainstream compared to when you have these NFL players, these basketball players and shit talking about black issues and shit. It's a big fucking issue. Like, this, that, and the third. But this shit right here is like, you don't hear about it. Like, I didn't really know about it till you mentioned it to me. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You sent me the article and everything, but it's crazy. It's not, nobody's on the same level no more. Like you said, blacks are at the bottom, Asians, LBGT, and the binary shit, whatever the fuck it is, man. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous because it's ridiculous because the time that we're in now, and it's annoying. Like, a guy have a Black Lives Matter shirt, and you hear people talking about, I'm not going to attend games, or NFL players have names of people who've been shot by law enforcement, and it's a big issue. Why you got these people?
Why are you making it political?
Well, why you making it political? You don't hear the president, talking about it, which is fucking annoying. You feel me? And it shows it shows you that us as black people are still gonna be at
marginalized, man.
Marginalized, and I said this thousands and thousands of times. It's fucked up that we live in a country where gays and Asians and all that shit have more rights than us fucking black people and shit. It's fucking ridiculous, man. And it hurts.
Nobody should have more anything than anybody.
But that's what it is.
The land of the brave, the land of the free, land of the equal. Everybody should be equal, man. Everybody should be fucking equal, and nobody should be stressed. But it's not a perfect society, man. It's just All I can say is that we could keep on. We just have to keep on fighting. We gotta. We can't let shit be like how we like to let shit be. As the people be trendy for a little bit and be cool. Oh, it ain't cool tomorrow. Fuck that, man. This shit is a fight that we gotta fight. We gotta continue fucking fighting.
But how long you gonna fight for, bro? Let's be honest.
What you mean? How long you gonna fight for?
Cause you're not getting results.
You know, by any means necessary. If we gotta take it up a notch, we gotta take it fucking up a notch. That's all.
Because even going off topic real fast, you could sit there and stop voter suppression with the blacks. You get what I'm saying?
See, all of that bullshit.
You get what I'm saying?
See,
but
we veering away from fucking
sports
now,
but real fast. You get where I'm coming from. Like you could sit there and stop blacks from voting. You get what I'm saying? But when you doing your political rounds and all that kind of shit, what group are you hitting? You're hitting what? Gays and all that kind of shit. You feel me? So it's crazy. Like in Atlanta, what you doing? If you give water or something shit to a person and shit is a felony, like why the fuck is that? You feel me?
For real?
Yeah, some shit like that. Like if you give them food if they waiting in line.
With a homeless person or something like that?
Nah, if you waiting in line. But I mean, I'm just giving an example like how crazy it is. You feel me? Like all that shit is fucking attention. Like
we just gotta agree that we live in a world that is not as progressive, and we haven't moved as forward as we would like to think. You know what I mean? From back in the days where Dr. King was marching and Martin was and Malcolm was preaching. Man, shit is just masqueraded and kind of made to look like everything has moved on, but in people's hearts, people's minds, things are just as bad as they were, man. You know, you have a younger generation of whites that think a little differently. You have a few. I'm not saying you have a younger generation that grew up on Yo MTV Raps or Rap City and shit like that. You know what I mean? They respect the black culture. They love the black culture. You know, you got some young white boys out there. I know some. We know some who work at the factory. They love sisters. You know what I mean? They love sisters. I was talking to my old partner this morning. Yesterday morning when I left work, I came home late because I was talking to my old partner. You know what I mean? And he, you know, I know that cat. You know, he got the fever, and I know that shit is genuine. You know what I mean? And you know, but you still have some who's raised out there in the bushes, and you know, when I mean the bush, I mean out in the boonies, who still got their parents who's telling them, you know, this, that, you know, regardless, you know, we don't got a pot to piss in, but we're still better than that motherfucker who got that you know, who's living in the $500,000 house because of our skin color. He's still a nigger. And we're still better than him, even though we got to go outside to shit in the toilet.
But Holmes, you think our mindset is different because we grew up in New York compared to the people down here in the South?
Oh yeah, of course. I know that.
I know it is.
I know it is. Cats down here, I know it is, man. They dealt with shit differently than we dealt with shit coming up, man. You know what I mean? We dealt with shit. We didn't have this kind of. We didn't see this shit until we came down here, really. Nigga, I didn't know about this. I didn't feel none of this, man. You know what I mean? I had black teachers who's taught you black culture, black poetry. You know what I mean? Langston Hughes, shit like that. You know, Maya Angelou. I didn't know about all this other bullshit until I moved down here, man. I learned black history in New York. When I came down here, I learned his history. I learned history. You know what I'm saying? I ain't learned the truth when I moved down here. You know what I mean? All that shit that they was telling us, I was like, yo, what the fuck are they talking about? You know what I mean?
Because I tell people all the time, even though we're drifting off the sports real fast, I didn't know what racism was until
Florida, son.
No, I won't say Florida. Till I went to the first factory where I used to be at before, and I had to get the fuck up out of there, man. I done seen shit and I seen cats act a certain way. I was like, yo, I gotta get the fuck up out of here, man. And fortunately enough, I mean, with patience and everything, I was able to come to this factory where me and you work at, man, which I'm blessed more than anything else. But it's just crazy, man. And people fail to realize, man, like sports, and you could talk sports, but a lot of shit in sports has like race issues with it.
Mm-hmm.
People fail to realize that.
Yeah, it still do, man.
Like,
it still do.
You still
and as you mentioned that, I'd like to talk about something that happened earlier this week. All right, the New York Mets were in Arizona and they were playing the Arizona Diamondbacks, and one of the announcers for the Diamondbacks is Bob Brenly. He was the former manager for the Diamondbacks, and he made a comment about the Mets pitcher Marcus Stroman, who's a black pitcher from New York. You know, born and raised. He played in Syracuse, and he back home playing for the Mets. And Marcus, I guess something happened out on the field, and you know, a little baseball scuffle where the dugouts, everybody run out. Nobody's fighting. Everybody runs out, rah 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 rah, and just run around, and and I guess he had his do rag on. He didn't have his hat on. He had a do rag on, which a lot of players will have a rag or a scully on and have the hat on top. Had his do rag on, and he said something about, I guess that must be the same do rag that Tom Seaver used when he pitched or some shit. Tom Seaver pitched for the white man, pitched for the Mets back in the late '60s, '70s. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So the other announcer, he was the play-by-play guy. Mm-hmm. Cut him off real quick and just started talking about the game. Didn't even continue. You know what I'm saying? Go on with that shit that he was saying. And it comes out that Marcus Stroman was like he tweeted because he heard about the comments and he was like onward and upward, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Basically, I'm not giving this guy any more airtime or than he's worth. Mm-hmm. And so I guess with that coming out, some more comments about what he said in 2000. What's it? 19? I think it was.
Where Aramis Ramirez?
No. About Fernando Tatis.
Okay.
Fernando Tatis, shortstop for the Padres, San Diego Padres, had a big chain on. Which a lot of players got their big chains on or whatever. And I guess he was running the bases, and I don't know if he was tagged out or whatever. So he made a comment, a joke, like he said, saying, "Oh, if he wasn't wearing that big old bike chain, maybe he wouldn't have been tagged out." Just another one of these snarky, snide comments. Yeah. So this week, one of a former player for the Chicago Cubs, Aramis Ramirez, who played for the Cubs while Brenly was broadcasting for the Cubs, said that he did not like this man. He said he noticed that himself, the way he played for the Cubs, that Brenly made a point of pointing out all of the Hispanic, the non-white players, and being super critical. This is in the Athletic. You can read the article. I could shoot y'all a link if you want to read it. That he was being super critical of all of the players, that were non-white, and were harsh on them, and saying how their numbers were hollow and they weren't clutch and they didn't perform well and they were all about the flash and not about the substance. But he said he never heard him say anything bad about the white players. But then Brenly comes out and says, "Oh no, being a commentator, I gotta tell the good with the bad, for the home team." I've watched baseball since God knows how long, and since I was 7 years old, watching the Yankees on Channel 7, you know what I'm saying, on black and white TV in my parents' house. WPIX, before I even understood the game. I learned the game by watching TV and reading encyclopedia and learning about baseball that way, and I've never heard a home team announcer bash any of their home team players. Mm-hmm. That's horse shit. Yeah. what this man is telling you is bullshit, and he's trying to cover it up. You know, it's just like like Ramirez said. You know, he has a thing against anybody that ain't white, because hometown announcers will make the worst fucking players. You could be hitting way below the Mendoza line, which is 200, hitting 200. You could be hitting one whatever, and they'd be like, oh, he just needs 1 or 2 hits, and he'll be on a hitting streak, and you know what I mean. He just needs to see some good pitches. But this guy here, man, he obviously has a fucking problem, man, because it came out this week that he said that he'll be taking a week off, and he's going to be seeking sensitivity training for, you know, what's going on, and you know, it just seems like bullshit, you know, and like a professor said that I don't want to quote people's names or out of context and or say whatever college they went to, but there's an article I read. Like I said, I could post an article if y'all want to see it. The professor at the university, which is probably somewhere in Pittsburgh or something. He was a professor of shit, man. It fucking escapes me right now. It was some sort of ethics class or you know or a cultural class, and he said what these people are doing basically is saying these apologies and saying, oh, I'm going to take this sensitivity training class. But he said what you need to do is not take a fucking training class. You need to be re-educated. Training class is like teaching a fucking dog a trick. You're not breaking them out of what they're out of their fucking problem. You're just teaching them what not to say. You know what I mean? But you're not fixing the problem, the root of what they're thinking about. You know what I mean? In his heart of hearts, he's still thinking you're a piece of shit. But he's gonna take the sensitivity training class to teach him, oh, don't say these key words. You know, you can still think he's a piece of shit because he's not white. But let me say, oh, this guy did this or did that. You know, which is true, man. People need to be re-educated. Fucking educated.
Why do you think the organization hasn't taken?
Oh, I believe. I don't think he'll be coming back like he said. He thinks he's fucking coming back. He said he's gonna take a week off. But I think with Arizona thinking about it while he's away, we'll see. We'll see if he comes right back. I'm gonna be watching and paying attention and see if Arizona says, you know what, go ahead and just take the rest of the year off or whatever. And if that's the case, that motherfucker's done. But being a 67-year-old white man that's played the game damn near 70, that's how they fucking think, man. A lot of them think that way, man. And they have this superiority, you know, complex where, you know, if you're not white, you're just flashy, or if you're wearing any jewelry, you're just a hot dog, and you're just that, and you're this, and it's fucking bullshit, man. It's bullshit. And I'm sick of them motherfuckers, because these guys, people like that think like that, that's the reason why you don't have young brothers that want to play the game or be themselves, or Tatis and young guys like that. You know, they marketing them guys now, saying, oh, this is the game now, and you know what I'm saying, we get to be ourselves. You got cats like him, Tim Anderson. You know, Tim Anderson, the shortstop for the White Sox, that young brother. You know what I'm saying? Them cats is nice, man. Them young dudes is good. But it's hard, man. It's hard when people just don't want you to be yourself. They want you to, you know, oh, you're too. You got to be more conservative. Conservative for fucking what? This is baseball, man. This ain't 1920s baseball. These motherfuckers ain't coming to the ballpark wearing suits and bow ties anymore. You know what I'm saying? They come to the park to them, oh, fuck you, fuck that. Why can't the players fucking loosen up and be, you know, and show more personality? You know? That's the problem. Other sports, they allow them to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? To be themselves and show more personality.
The thing that kills me about when you sent me the article and I was reading it is the simple fact that he was able to take a leave. So many coaches and for a while now, since they say anything in reference to black people, has been terminated on the spot. They'll say it now, and probably within 30 minutes to an hour, you'll see or hear the organization say, or college, you'll say, oh, they'll make a statement, and that person is fired. Like I said, is to me, it's just annoying that he was able to take a leave.
Yeah, Ramirez said the same thing. He was like, he needs to be fired. He said that whole leave shit is bullshit. If you read he said he needs to be fired. He says I don't agree with him taking a leave.
No, because you're basically giving yourself a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
For the real issue that at hand, which is more crazy more than anything else. And
yeah.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah, this guy is
he even a Hall of Famer?
Who, Brenly?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe so. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
So, but that's the thing that's crazy to me more than anything else is he's able to take the high road and what does a do-rag has to do with anything? You understand me? Talent is talent. What you're talking about, winning games. Same thing with CC. CC used to wear his hat to the side and have a great winning record as a pitcher. So what does that have to do with anything? To me, he's just ignorant and stupid. That's me. That's why I really don't follow idiots like that. So
yeah, man. Mm-hmm. It's just frustrating, man. That you think Jackie Robinson fought and it was spit on and it was called all of these names so many years ago, and things are just they've changed, yeah, but there's still so much hate, man. There's still so much hate, and it's just simply because the way a person looks and the perception of a people. Oh, you're lazy and shiftless, and all you want to do is do this and steal, and
But Holmes, you think it's because we're in a time now? It probably happened back in the day after Jackie Robinson, but now we're in a technology era where everything is basically everything is on social media. Mm-hmm. You think that's the reason why it's made to a bigger light more than anything else?
I think social media has of course, social media has helped, man. It's brought all of this shit to light. Without social media, a lot of stuff would you wouldn't get, man. It's helped. It's helped a lot.
It helped in what way? Do you think it just opened everybody's eyes up to the reality?
Yeah. Because without all these different platforms, I mean, people wouldn't realize the issues that these players go through, and they just he's a crybaby, he's complaining, he's doing this, he's doing that, but with all of these venues, people actually could read what these comments these people tweet, because you got a lot of idiots that put their foot in their own mouth, man. With their Twitters and their different blogs and shit like that. So you got a lot of people that are fucking themselves, man, and making themselves look ignorant. So it's social media. Social media is got its good. It's got its good. It's got its, but it has its bad, but it has its good also. You know what I mean? It helps out. It helps out. But I don't know. I don't see shit changing that much drastic in our lifetime, man. Because I mean, it's still bad, man. It's still really, really, really bad, man. I don't see how why people can't just, for lack of better words, just fucking get along, man. But we going too far off of sports topics and talking about social stuff, I said we will talk about social shit, but we getting a little too deep, and I don't want to say some shit that get me on. Put me on the fucking CIA watch list and shit. Get my name flagged every time I make a phone call.
Motherfucker can't fly to Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
Like, what's all you don't say? What?
Yeah. But we gonna wrap up this episode of the Bush League podcast.
Man, when we coming back, man? When is the next show?
Nigga, when we do the next show, that's when we do it.
Alright, that's what I'm talking about.
But I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you wanna contact us, you can contact us at the Bush League .com. Was it gmail.com? Contact us on Facebook, Instagram. Like I said before, if you know our personal Facebook pages, Our personal phone numbers, you can hit us up. If you got any questions, comments, you can hit us there.
Or if you even see us, man, and you got something that you wanna.
If you see us, don't say shit to me. If you see me, just joking. If you see us, say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what you like, what you dislike about the show. You know, if you dislike something, you know.
we take constructive criticism, man.
Nah, we don't take it well.
We take it well, man, because this idiot don't take it well. But
fuck
man,
that. I don't take it well.
We take it well, man, because we can only build from it, man.
Nah, I don't take it well. I'm gonna kick you in your knee. But yo, nah, people, we love y'all. We out. Later.
Holla.
Thanks for tuning in to the Bush League Sports Podcast. Go follow on IG at _Bush League Podcast.